Hello YouTube, welcome to another video of Pixels by Angel. In this video you are going to learn how to do this pretty cool Neomorphism effect in Adobe Photoshop and also how to code it with HTML and CSS. So you know, for all the developers out there, they'll not get scared of this cool style. Okay, so let's just have a look at a few examples so we know exactly what we need to create. Now I'm on dribble.com and you can see the neomorphism is this nice effect where you use the same color for the shape. Let's say for this, in this case there's button color and it has exactly the same color as the background, but you create a separation using the shadows. So usually that's happening with the white shadow in the top left, and so basically left and top, and also a drop shadow, a black one at the bottom and the right side. So that's going to create a separation, but the background has to be exactly the same. As you can see here, the shape is the same background, same color as the background. So that's what we are gonna try to achieve. You see, it's a very nice one. I think that's because it's pretty smooth. It makes it like user-friendly and very clean. So if you want to achieve this, we will go now in Adobe Photoshop, and I've prepared here already a style guide. So as I was saying, we have the white shadow at the top and left, and the dark shadow, the black shadow at the bottom and right. We are gonna use that to create the element, to create the normal state of the, let's say we are gonna create a button, we're gonna create normal state using this, and for the press state on or over, we are gonna create the inner shadow. So it's basically a similar idea, except that we are gonna inset the shadow, so that's gonna create this look. Okay, I've got here a small tool that we will use later for when we code this in CSS to generate the code for the shadows. Okay, let's just gonna design something, a few elements. I'm not gonna create a whole user interface, but just few buttons, checkboxes maybe, to show you how it's done, and you can basically copy the style to a lot of other elements and create a whole user interface if you wished, but it's the exact same style. So first thing we want to do is create a background. I think I'm gonna go with a light shade of blue, but it's very important that we don't want to be completely like very light, but to be dark, so like a dark you know, color, dark shade of this blue. That's gonna work. Okay, just gonna make a background. I think I want this even lighter, so let me just adjust it quickly. I think that will maybe be darker though. Yeah, I think I like this color. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna rasterize that, and I'm gonna create a button now. Let's say we go with I want it completely rounded, so maybe, I don't know how many, 60 pixels. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna place it here for now. I'm gonna copy exactly the same color as the background and go to blending options, and we will now try to create this shadow. For that we will use bevel and emboss. I actually have it set because I already tried it. So yeah, I want to show you how to do it, but yeah, since I already have it set, I can just tell you the options. So I use you can use 130% depth. We want an outer bevel, So to have that style, and size you can leave it at 10, 16 soften. Now you can see how much it's gonna change, but we want to have this a bit blurred, so we don't want sharp corners. I mean, we don't have corners, but we want this to be soft. Okay, that's fine. -45 and 30 for the shading, so angle and altitude, -45 and 30 for the altitude. You can leave the use global light, and highlight mode, we want this color to be similar with this, but maybe a bit darker at 100% opacity. Then you're gonna select the other shadow, the shadow mode, and you want that maybe the same, but the lighter version of the color. Okay, that's gonna work. Okay, now you can apply this. Say okay, and I'm gonna call this button normal state. I'm just gonna type some text here and say just button. I think I'm going to go with this. So again, another shade of this color, but very dark one, and probably go with Futura or Roboto. Maybe Roboto. That's, we can try that. Yeah, let's just align them a little bit. I'm gonna select both and press on this. Okay, that's good. Looks good. I'm gonna just experiment a bit with some different options just to see what looks best. I think this one looks fine to me. Maybe darker. Yeah, something around that. I think it's okay. Looks good. So this is your first button. I'm gonna create a group, say it button normal state, and then make another one, call it over state. I just duplicated it. I'm gonna drag it here, and now we want to modify the style of the over button. Okay, so we have the bevel and emboss again. We are gonna only use that for this. And again, we need to modify the angle now. Actually, sorry, we said we are gonna do the inner shadow, so we will not touch the angle for now, and just change the bevel and emboss style to inner bevel. That's gonna give us this inset. Okay, and now we want basically to reverse the colors. So I'm gonna copy this, add it here, and just copy the previous color. If you don't want to pick it and select the exact same one, you can go here and copy it. And then you can go back and paste it if you want to have the exact same one. That's ideal, so yeah, it's a good thing to do that. Now say you can make this even lighter, just a little bit lighter for the overstate. And we want a bit of different color, so we want this to stand out more. Or do we? Yeah, we want that to stand out more. That way. Okay, I think it looks pretty good. So we have the two buttons. We have the button normal and button over that we will try to create. Okay. Another cool thing that you can do, you can make this white and create a drop shadow. I'm just gonna show you. I'm not gonna do it in CSS, but just for the purpose, you know, to show you something extra, something cool. You can do that. I think you can select the shadow, a bit lighter. Alright, so yeah, you see you have this nice inset, this nice inner shadow, like it's pressed. So you can try that too if you want to do it, but I'm just gonna keep it simple for this tutorial. Okay, so we have the two buttons. Sorry, my Photoshop's getting some weird things here, so I'm not sure why. But yeah, we have the two buttons, and now let's try to create something else. Maybe let me show you actually how to do some text copy style. So again, you cannot see it because it's the same color as the background, but we can now copy this style from the bottom normal and apply it to the text. Oh, let me just add it on top. I'm gonna make it larger. So you can see you can apply this everywhere. You can just copy it, and the same thing is gonna work for CSS. You create it once and then you can apply it to a lot of elements, and you can create a whole interface using this this method. Yeah, maybe you want to decrease a bit the bevel and emboss, maybe the depth. Actually, the depth is fine. Maybe the size. Yeah, and if you want this to stand a bit more, you can change a bit the color, make it lighter. Yeah, I think that's gonna ruin a bit the style. So yeah, you may want to keep it normal. Okay, so let's go now and try to create some elements in CSS. So we'll try to create a simple page using this style. And I've already prepared here the structure of the HTML. I'm gonna save it and make new folder on desktop, call it page. Say index.html. Okay, and I already defined here the style CSS, so I need to create that as well. Okay, and I'm gonna call this style.css. Alright, so we want now to create let's go to Photoshop. We want to get this color from here and create the background. So I'm just gonna say body, background color. Now I'm gonna paste that. I'm always having issues with hashtag on this keyboard, so I'm just gonna do that. It's weird, but yeah, my keyboard is broken, so never mind. Okay, let's just preview that. Okay, we've got the color that we want. Okay, gonna go to Photoshop back because we need to copy a lot of colors from here. Okay, I want my font family to, let's say, Roboto. That's gonna be Arial Sans serif, so in case there is no roboto available on the browser, it's gonna use the area. Oh, I think I forgot here that. Okay, and we want to define here container, so I'm gonna call it div class container. Okay, and let's try to add a simple button, div class button. Just call it button. Okay. And I'm going to try to define now the CSS for it. About 16 pixel size. The font family is going to take that. Yeah, maybe we want to define some font weight, 600, or yeah, just increase it like 700, 800. Depends on how bold you want it, or if you want it bold, you can keep it not so bold if you want, like 200, a thin font. And I'm gonna define a color for the text that's gonna stay on the button. I'm gonna take this. And here's my hashtag. Alright. And we obviously need some height and width, some border radius. This is gonna help with the border corner, so we don't have sharp corners, but we want this rounded shape. Okay. What else do we need? We need to have a background color. Right. And then we're gonna create a box shadow. But for the box shadow, we will use the tool I was saying that I have for you. Let's just give it a height of 80 pixels and width of 50 pixels. If you want to reproduce this one exactly, we can take the height and width from here, 267 or 86. I'm just gonna make it rounded to 260 and make it 90 here. A border radius, usually to make it rounded you want half of the height, so in our case that's gonna be 45 pixels. Background color, get the same background as this. We can copy it from here. Okay. Okay, let's just leave the box shadow for now and just test it. Okay, we have the button here, but of course, because we don't have the box shadow, you're not gonna see the nice effect. Another thing that I would like to do is create a content with a width, probably, yeah, content, so we can center the elements, we can see it better, not in the corner. Just gonna make a width of 50%, margin 0 auto. Okay, and then add it here. Sorry, I think I defined a container. Yeah, maybe we can add some padding to the top, or margin top. Let's say 20% margin. I mean 200 pixels actually. Again, it's not about creating a website, but just to show you how it works. I can create elements in CSS. Okay, gonna go here and copy my nice little tool which I found and try to use it. So we want now to define that here. So the way it works, we will create two shadows, a bit more blurred. We create one of the shadow that's light here at the top and another shadow here that's darker at the bottom. Okay, opacity, that's fine. Maybe the spread should be lower. Let's say -10, -10, -3, and I don't know, maybe 20. Yeah, let's go to Photoshop and try now to copy the exact code for this button. Go to bevel and copy this. So remember, this is our dark shadow. That's gonna go here. Actually, we need to paste it here. Yeah, correct. Hold on. I think we need, sorry, we need now the light shadow, my bad. Gonna copy this, paste it. Okay, we have our light shadow ready. I'm gonna add a new one, and we want to use a darker shadow. Paste it here, and we want to move it to 10 and 10. So shift right, shift down, 10 and 10. Okay, and then you've got here the CSS for it for the box shadow. You can copy this over and paste it here under button, and we'll try it now. Let's see. Yeah, so we've got the exact same button that we've created in Photoshop. You can see it here. That's that, and here it is. Now it's a bit weird, this size and the placement of the copy. So we are gonna fix that now. Don't worry about it. Right. Font size, I think that's gonna be a lot bigger. I'm not sure what. Yeah, I use like 32 here in Photoshop. I'm gonna use that 32, and we'll try now to center it. Anyway, it is like huge for a button now that I realize, but you can restyle it, you know, for your interface as big or as small as you want. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that for the purpose of the tutorial. And let's just align the elements a little bit now. Okay, I think we can do that using the align items center, justify content center, and display flex. That may fix it. Yeah, so we have it centered now. Okay. Okay, now that we have that, we want to create the overstate of the same button. And to do that, I'm just gonna copy this over, paste it here, and call it over. Actually, we may not need this. We may not need that, because that's gonna stay exactly the same. It's probably the only thing you need is the shadow. Let's just test it. Yeah, I believe if we do inset box shadow inset, I think. I'm not sure how it works on the WebKit, but I guess it works the same way. Yeah, so you see now, hold on, there's a small issue. Oh, okay, found out why. So we will need to type inset here and inset here. Yeah, that works. So that's basically gonna reverse the shadow on the inside, and you've got this nice little effect. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's very easy to do, so there's nothing to worry for the developers. I think it's quite easy. It's pretty quick. And we can just try now to add the text. So let's just type p plus title. You can use like heading 1, heading 2 if you wish to, but yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Copy style. Copy style. Alright, we have that. We want to increase the font size. I think we can, yeah, let's just increase the font size to like 70 pixels. Okay, what's wrong? Oh, hold on, I just called it title. Okay, we want the font weight. Actually, I'm just gonna copy this and edit font weight and color. Yeah, that's okay for now. Maybe make this even bigger, like 80 pixels. Okay, we will take this color and paste it here. We want the box shadow. Okay, that's not what expected. Okay, it may not work on the text now. This is the first time I tried that. So excuse me if it doesn't work, but it was an experiment. Okay, just gonna delete it for now. So yeah, that doesn't really work for text, but you can apply it on a lot of different elements. You can create inputs with it. Yeah, when it comes to text, maybe you can just simply create a PNG and export it. So you can create something like this style, like in Photoshop, and you can, hold on, you can save it, rasterize, and say quick export as PNG. So in that case, you can just call it title, and then you can add it here, image source title.png, say equal. Yeah, I think, I'm not sure it is. I have no idea where I exported it. Let me try again. Quick export as PNG. Okay, page, and I'm gonna try now again, title.png, and save it. So yeah, you can do that if you wish, because it doesn't really work in CSS. If you know how it works in CSS, please let me know in the comments, and also let me know what you think about this tutorial. If you found it helpful, please remember to subscribe to this channel and hit the thumbs up button. So I'll see you in the next video.